Xin chao. What's up, everybody? All right, so we actually have some pretty breaking news. Xi Jinping is with us today, the CCP leader. He's visiting. He decided he wanted to film this news segment with me, so I more than said, hey, dude, come on with me. Let's do this news. And he did. We got Reporter Bear over here as well. He's got his mask on. Xing doesn't care about his mask. But we've got some really big news out of kind of nowhere. Literally just like to everyone's surprise, announced out of nowhere today that the vaccine passport is a green light July 1st to July 31st. And Quang Ninh and Vung Airport is going to be the facilitating the incoming flights from it. Now, the reason why they chose, before we get in the video, there's buttons that one smashes up. That would be great if you hit that. One smashes down. You can hit that one too. There's also this thing called commenting if you want to comment. There's also this subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. You can hit that subscribe button. Of course, the new channel, the link is in the description if you want to go over there and join that channel too. So, really big deal. Vietnam to trial vaccine passport program in July. So I'm going to read two different articles from the same news place, one that is written in the Vietnamese translated and then one in the English. So I want to do the Vietnamese one first because it's a bit different from the translated one that they put on their English site. Quarantine for 7 days of imported people who have been vaccinated with COVID-19 vaccine. Persons entering Vietnam who have received a full dose of vaccine or recovered from COVID-19 disease will be quarantined for 7 days and an additional 7 days at their accommodation. So again, a not too practical quarantine period. I really see this this testing thing. You're going to have a really huge opportunity here if you're trying to get back here permanently or to your wife, or if you're a citizen that wants to come back. This is going to be your ticket. I suggest you get on it right away. Since they announced this, I'm going to guess that they're already reissuing visas via internet, so you need to check all those sites. I will update with this daily as it comes about, but the pilot period for the policy is from July 1st to July 31st in Quang Ninh province. So that's what? Quang Ninh. Yeah, I'm not good with Vietnamese. I think we all know this that watch the channel. So Quang Ninh. The policy applies to people entering the country with a certificate that they have had a full dose of vaccine and or recovered from COVID-19, which I found to be odd. PCR test results were negative for virus and antibody tests on the first day after entry. The vaccine, so here's a big one. The vaccine must be licensed by the WHO or the U.S. Center for Disease, the CDC, the European Medicines Agency, or Vietnam. The last dose is not older than 12 months by the time of entry. So before they were really, when they were doing this whole Phu Quoc thing, and I even have articles, like I was going to shoot this video about Phu Quoc because they've been talking about the sandbox there. And they changed their mind to do Quang Ninh. Yes. They changed their mind and decided to go there because that was where all the flights were sent on round one of when the COVID virus came. That's where they set up all the military stuff. That's where all the experience is to take care of this, to quarantine. And if there's a potentially large situation, they know what they're doing in that particular part. That's why I think they chose it over Phu Quoc. And they have to, Phu Quoc prevented a bunch of its own problems. I mean, you have to vaccinate all the people there, was their plan. And that's like 130,000 vaccines that they just don't have right now. We're getting some almost expired AstraZenecas from Japan. So I don't know, maybe they're going to hit Quang Ninh with it. We'll see. Okay. So for those who have a certificate of recovery from COVID-19, it must be issued by the competent authority of the country of treatment. Now, the grammar isn't perfect on this because this is just Google translation. So it's not my terrible grammar messing it up. Although, I have shit grammar too. We know this. The time from hospital discharge to entry date must not exceed 12 months. These people are isolated in concentrated isolations at hotels, motels, resorts, and pay all expenses themselves. Before entry, guests must make an electronic medical declaration within 36 hours, save the QR code on a smartphone, and print it out to present at the border gate. Register for isolation hotels, accommodation, location. Entry-level persons must have Bluetooth and GPS turned on. Non-smartphone users will wear a smart bracelet issued by the authorities. So kind of the same exact route that we see in Thailand, that Thailand's taking. So I think this is a two-part pronged reason of why this came out of nowhere. One, Thailand's doing theirs on July, and maybe Vietnam wanted to somehow kind of get in on that action, and this is where this plan came from. Anyways, it's excellent news. I mean, if you need to get here and if you need to be here to come see your wife or be here permanently or come to find work, all this stuff, you've got your chance. You need to really get on this though. Get your stuff ready. I've made videos for months now to be all ready and sell all your stuff and be ready to go if that your plan is to come here. So if you're in that category of where you've got shit ready to go, you're going to be good to go. You've got about 5 days to figure out everything. I imagine starting Monday, there's going to be all the paperwork out on how to do it. The websites are going to be active. Again, they haven't given exact information on this, but as it's updated, I, of course, as my job, will keep you updated. Oh, I forgot to do the thumbnail, so. Pretty good. Was that good?
Yes.
Was it over here? Oh, let's try over here. Okay, that's good. Thumbnail matters, people. It really does. The Ministry of Health also stipulates special cases when returning with the Vietnamese mission abroad. Specifically, the deputy minister level and above when returning from a foreign mission. If the test is negative, they will not have to undergo medical isolation, 14-day self-monitoring of health. These people get tested for the first time 1 day before going on a business trip. When returning home, test 3 times. In other Vietnamese delegations go abroad to return if they have had enough vaccine doses or recovered from COVID-19. They will not have to undergo medical isolation, self-monitor health for 14 days. For those who have not been vaccinated, they must be isolated at home or concentrated for 7 days. In mid-April, the National Steering Committee, which is what they, like the people that agree on stuff in the government call it, for COVID-19 prevention and control, agreed to 3 groups of people. So this is the big one. 3 groups of people on entry are expected to apply for vaccine passports, including Vietnamese stranded abroad who have been vaccinated against COVID-19, foreigners entering Vietnam to invest and do business. So that's going to be a business visa where you can, come here to search if you want to do business and then go off of that, and international tourists. So I think it's really crappy now that they kicked out people at this point. They probably had their reasons, but I guess it's a golden goose opportunity kind of for you. So like say you were just exited, get back to America, get your vaccine, and then you can get right back over here. So that's the big takeaway. Yeah, it's going to cost you some money to do the flights and all this stuff, but if you really want to stay, that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to go get the vaccine, which I've been saying since that was my plan. You guys heard my video yesterday. If they would have asked me to leave, I would be back in America getting the vaccine right now. So I would be able to, once again, travel. Not everybody found my video very funny yesterday. I still find it entertaining. Can't want them all. In let's see. It is expected that Vietnam will welcome tourists from countries that have well controlled the disease and deployed vaccines to achieve herd immunity. Destinations are tourist and resort areas where people can be controlled safety, have a process to control travel, and contact in the water. So what I think now, they've changed their wording. It was countries like, I was just going to do a whole thing on the Phu Quoc thing, the sandbox thing. They were going to say, in that one, it was clearly written that it had to be a country that had reached herd immunity. So no country that I know of has reached herd immunity yet. So now it's just countries that have deployed the vaccine to achieve herd immunity. So, which makes a lot more sense. In all, this is like really good news, especially for anyone that wants to get back to their potential wife, family, a citizen that wants to come back here. So many options for people that wanted to come here and that are going to stay here permanently. This isn't a feasible option for like someone that is an actual tourist, but it's very feasible option for someone that just wants to come here. I don't know the pricing. I'm going to guess by the timeline, it's probably going to be around $2,000 with flight, hotel, and tests. My guess, maybe more, 2,500. This is just theorizing at this point. We don't have an exact price point, and we don't know anything about the visa situation yet either. I know a lot of people are going to go rabid in the comment section asking about the visa scenario. We just don't know. They haven't posted anything, but I mean, by them saying it's greenlit by July 1st, they have to be reissuing visas again. Is the only thing I can see. So I'm going to imagine from Monday on that they are going to do that. So as ever, we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll see what really happens. But yeah, so far, it seems, pretty good. A few differences. The decision was issued by Deputy Health Minister on Friday, allowing foreign entrants who have been fully vaccinated or have recovered from COVID-19 and test negative for the coronavirus upon arrival to undergo a 7-day centralized quarantine period instead of the usual 21 days. So pretty much what it is, 7 days in a quarantine area, centralized quarantine, and then another 7 days at the hotel, which is kind of weird. I think just 7 days would be suffice, and 7 days at a hotel where it's just monitored. I think it's a little extreme for the 14 days still, especially if you're fully vaccinated. But again, I'm not the government. I don't make these decisions. I'm not a government official. I'm not a vaccine professional. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a travel professional. I'm not a hotel professional. I'm no kind of professional on any of this stuff, so they probably know better than we do. A lot of people like to keyboard warrior on this stuff and say exactly what should be done. Well, unless you've got like degrees in all these fields and do this stuff, I don't see what hand do we have. What do we have to step on? Some stuff we found from Google. So I mean, it's their rules, and if you want to come here and play, these are the rules you're going to come and play by. Let's see. The vaccine passport is currently envisioned as a digital document issued by the country where the vaccine has been administered. Vietnam plans to receive people coming from countries that have managed COVID-19 outbreaks well, including those that have achieved herd immunity thanks to their vaccination programs. So again, that was the difference between the two articles. The Vietnamese translated one was proper. This one is saying has to achieve herd immunity, which no one has that I know of. There's some places really close. Such people will be able to visit tourist sites and resorts designated for their ability to control the flow of tourist traffic well and be able to manage guest itineraries efficient and safely. Vietnam closed its borders since March of last year and only been allowing expert visas. So this is a complete step in the right direction for somebody trying to get here. It completely changes the game up. We thought for sure it was going to be Phu Quoc, but they must have saw some problems with that plan. I think maybe in case something bad happens, the chance of having all the medical stuff there to take care of it maybe became a concern, and then they came up with this plan to do it in Quang Ninh. So Quang Ninh, Quang Ninh. That's very difficult for me. Vietnamese is not easy for me at all. I think we all know that though. So yeah, Vietnam cuts quarantine to 7 days. So it's 7 days and then 7 days at home. That was also going to be covered in my previous video that I was going to do about the sandbox thing going on in Phu Quoc. That was going to be going on in Phu Quoc. So I don't know if they have any plans to actually do the sandbox thing anymore, and I'm not even going to bother talking about it because it seems to be off the table now. I can summarize what the article said, pretty much what I've been saying from the go. Vaccinating 130,000 people on the island versus vaccinating people that really need it around the country right now, and the low supply and the high demand for the vaccine, I think is kind of what pushed that out of the way. So that's why I think they probably came up with some other plan to go somewhere else where that didn't need to happen. That seemed to really be a requirement, is to have all 130,000 people vaccinated on the island in order to get that green lit. And that would have been probably wouldn't happen until even next year. So I think this was an effort to speed up all this stuff. It's probably going to report the same numbers that the Phuket sandbox is doing. I think I said that right. Some people have corrected me. Phuket, which has less than 20% of the hotels booked for the July 1st. Like, it has a very low response rate of people wanting to do that. again, that situation is probably the same as what it's going to be here. Just people are wanting to come here long term to live a life, to reunite with their wife, etc., etc., etc. I don't see it being a vacation. I don't want to come to a vacation for 14 days of quarantine, and then how long of a vacation do you have? Like, what kind of company are you at that's going to let you do even a 2-week vacation? That's pretty good right there, especially for America. 2 weeks is about it usually, unless you've been working at a company a long time or you're the owner of the company. 79% of the foreign visitors. Let me just brush over this real quick. So yeah, that's the big takeaway is what's going to be the visa situation in this. What are they going to do with issuing the visas? Right now, we're just taking a guess at that they're going to be reissuing them probably from Monday on. It's pretty unfortunate that they had the people leave that left. Really, now they can just go back to America, get the vaccine, and come back through this way. Granted, it's very expensive. They probably spent a couple thousand to exit, a couple thousand. I mean, it's going to be a very costly affair, and you're probably going to be a little sour and probably not in too keen of a situation of coming back to Vietnam. But I think all in all, it was very good news. There's other news to report, but I just want to keep this video about one thing. So I think it's very good news. It's very good. I think very good things will happen from this. So we'll see. We'll keep it monitored. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We kept it all facts. We went through everything. If I missed something, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. Stay healthy, stay frosty, and we'll see you on the next one. And peace out.